Hello, my name is Mrs Aaron and I'm Director of Music at Mill Hill County High School. I'm here to talk to you about A-level music. So, A-level music is made out of three components, much like GCSE music, so performing, composing and appraising. Performing is assessed by an exam performance, normally in April of year 13. Students perform between 8 up to normally about 12 minutes of music, and that can be a solo, it can be a group, it can be on multiple instruments or voice, and the expected standard for that is around grade 7. If you perform at a lower standard than that, that's not a problem, but it might limit the marks you can get, and if you perform at a higher standard than that, then that's likely to be an advantage in terms of marks. Composing, here we use soundtrap and flat, or either of them, and students produce one free composition, which is a minimum of 4 minutes duration. That can be in any style, and it can be using either software, or it could be done by writing music by hand or recording things on your instrument. You also do a technical composition, which is to a very specific brief set by the exam board to test a student's skills in understanding composing in a very particular style. So the option that we teach is harmonising a chorale in the style of Bach, and we teach that very, very thoroughly. So even if it sounds intimidating, it's something that we give students a lot of support with. Some students also choose to do the remix task, where you take a vocal sample and remix it into a whole track. Appraising, so much like at GCSE we have set works. The difference is compared to 8 set works for Edexcel GCSE, Edexcel A-level has 13 set works. Also, you're required to do wider listening as part of studying these pieces. So it's not just about learning the kind of analytical technical details, it's also about discovering the whole musical world around this piece, this composer, their influences. And that's assessed in an exam in year 13. And as part of that exam, as well as doing short answer questions and musical dictation, you also do 2 essays where you're relating set works to other pieces of music. Okay, so I have lots of frequently asked questions that people come to me with about A-level music, so I'm going to attempt to tackle some of those now. If you have further questions, please email me. So, what standard, if you're in year 11 now, what standard should you be on your instrument if you're planning to do A-level music? So I would say the minimum ideal level is about grade 5 now, and that's on the basis that you would then maybe be grade 6 level in year 12 and maybe grade 7 level in year 13. If you haven't done exam grades on your instrument or voice, that's not a problem. It's not that you have to have done the exam, it's more just about the standard that you are playing or singing at. Again, if you're a lower standard, that doesn't mean that you can't do the A-level, it just might be limiting in terms of your marks. How will A-level music help you in the future? So if you're planning to go on to study music at university or at a music college, then obviously it's going to be a really good grounding for that. But even if you're not planning to go on and study music, or you don't know, it gives you huge numbers of transferable skills, so analytical skills, problem-solving skills, lots of creativity, and music is an A-level that universities really like because it is taken by a relatively small number of people nationally, and it shows that you've got something different about you compared to people that are just doing non-creative A-levels. People often ask about music theory. There is no requirement to have done any theory grades. You don't have to have done grade 5 theory in order to do music A-level, but having had some background in theory will help. The actual A-level doesn't involve doing theory per se, it's very much through the lens of analysis and appraising. So we don't just sit writing and kind of having to fill in things about keys and that sort of thing. Instead, it's very much listening to music, looking at a score and figuring out what a composer has done and why they've done it. Another question that people ask me is, what are A-level results like? So I'm proud to say that our A-level results at Mill Hill County High are excellent. So I've given a sample of some of our highlights over the last few years. We tend to have small classes. We currently have a year 12 class of 9 students, but previously it's been around 3 or 4 students, which means that you get a lot of individual support. And we have high numbers of students getting high grades, getting A's, getting A stars, and as you can see at the bottom here, we've had a huge number of students go off to study music at Oxford and Cambridge, at top music colleges, and at conservatoires and universities across the country. Again, please do email me, either if you're at school or if you're from a different school. If you have any questions, I'd be very happy to hear from you. Thank you.